This is our part 2 of Dive into the Ethiopian Bible. Now this time we're going to cover Enoch. We're going to look at his rapture into heaven and absolutely incredible involvement he had with the Watchers and the giants that actually caused the flood. Just to give a little background here, Enoch is Noah's great-grandfather, and similar to Elijah in the Bible, Enoch was raptured up. Enoch and Elijah did not experience death. Neither of them died on this earth. Both of them were removed or raptured up miraculously. They were taken to heaven, and we see here in the book of Genesis, and it says, Enoch walked with God, and he was not dead, for God took him. Now this is from the Book of Enoch. It gives us a little more insight into what happened with Enoch and why he was removed. So it says, before these things Enoch was hidden, and no one of these children of men knew where he was hidden and where he abode and what had become of him. And his activities had to do with watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. In this section Enoch is talking, and he says that the Lord created and gave him powers to reprimand the watchers. The watchers are the fallen angels who found the women on earth attractive, so they started to sleep with them. Now it says here, number 2, and the angels, the children of heavens, saw and lusted after them and said to one another, Come, let us choose wives from among the children of men. Now these women, when they started to sleep with the angels, they gave birth to giants. Now the giants who are produced from the spirit and flesh shall be called evil spirits upon the earth. Now this section is fascinating to me because not only does it mention the demons by name, Azazel I guess was a leader of them, but it also goes into what they taught, astrology, constellations, the knowledge of the clouds, the signs of the earth that we were not supposed to know. This is another reason why astrology is from the enemy. Now let's jump back to Enoch. Remember, God gave him the authority to reprimand these watchers. So here he's showing his authority. He's talking to Azazel and he's telling him, hey, you should have no peace. You are going to be sentenced. You are going to be put into chains for what you have done to men. Down here, Enoch starts to talk to all watchers together. Now this is the interesting part, and they were all afraid, and fear and trembling seized them. And they besought me to draw up a petition for them that they might find forgiveness. And it says here, from that point forward, they could not speak with him, meaning the Lord, nor lift their eyes up to heaven for shame of their sins for which they had been condemned. Let's go to this part. So here Enoch is talking to the watchers. He says, I wrote out your petition. Your petition will not be granted. And then down here it says, and that judgment has been finally passed upon you. And from here on you shall not ascend into heaven until all eternity. And in bonds of the earth, the decree has gone forth to bind you for all the days of the world. They messed up the story of Enoch, the Book of Enoch. All these lost writings are just so fascinating to me because there's so many questions that we have. You know, when we go down the narrative, what you and I were taught in school, you know, how the pyramids were built, why we have giants' doors all over our country, all over our world. Science can't explain those things, but when you go down this road, the story of creation, all those questions start to get answered. I'm gonna leave you with this little tidbit. So remember we learned in school, all the mythological things, and one of those were sirens. They were half mermaid, half women kind of creatures. We'll hear in the Book of Enoch, and the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens, and Enoch alone saw the vision, the end of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen. And even when you look into Egyptian hieroglyphics, you will see the mythological things that you and I were taught. They were gods and they were half animal, half human hybrids. Well, I think we have the answer to where all of these things actually came from. They were not just mythology, they actually existed, and it's biblical.